Hey guys, so in today's video, I am super excited to finally be getting around to my Sparkling Co. November Sub Bag review, and I will be showing you how to create this absolutely beautiful manicure for winter. So let's get right into the video. So first, when I started opening it, I noticed that the first thing was actually a swatch stick stand, and I wasn't quite sure how to put it together, but I will be watching some tutorials and figuring it out because I think it is a super cool idea. So here is the base, and then there is a long rod that you can put your swatch sticks on, and I think that it's a super cool idea. I just need to figure out how to do it because I was struggling and could not figure it out. And now moving into the contents, there are some little cutouts which are always super cute and fit perfectly with the theme. There is a sticker, as always, and then there is the Sparkling Co. November Sub Bag description, and this basically says all of the information about the subscription bag. So I will pause this for a second and let you guys read it on your own if you are interested. And the next item inside is the pH prep. There are the 4 swatch sticks and then obviously the 4 different colored dip powders. So here is the bottle of pH prep. It is sealed so that it doesn't spill in the packaging, which is really great. And here are the colors. So this is On Poinsettia, and it is a red cream shade. Here is Don't Opal Till Christmas, and this is a red cream shade with opal flakies, which is super gorgeous. Here is I'm Feeling Pine, and this is a super dark green, almost sort of a teal color. And then here is Holly Jolly Opal, which is a green base with some iridescent green flakes. And here are the swatches of all of the colors so that you can see them, and I only use the 2 flaky colors for this manicure. So I'm starting off with my manicure brush and some alcohol to cleanse my nails, and then I'm going in with the pH Prep No. 1 liquid, and I'm going to apply this to all of my nails, and this is basically a dehydrator, and what it does is it takes all of the oils off of the nail so that the dip powder will adhere. And since I need to change my nails out pretty regularly, I will be applying my Hollow Taco Peely base for easy removal, and I applied a thin layer of this to all of the nails. Now, if you want your manicure to last a little bit longer with the Peely base, I would recommend just applying it to the center of the nail and not going all the way to the cuticle area, and this will help you get a longer lasting manicure. And as you can see here, I really like to peel off my nails, and this is what the nails look like peeled off. So now I'm actually going to start with the dip powder application. So I'm using my Sparkling Co. Base Bond along with my clear powder, and this will be used to create the gradient. And like I said before, I will be using the 2 opal shades in the red and green colors. And these are absolutely stunning and honestly some of my favorite dip powders that Sparkling Co. has yet to release. To create the gradient effect, I will be using 2 different makeup brushes, and I actually saw this technique on Marla Chris Dip's YouTube channel, and she did this technique with cream dip powders, and basically you just apply a layer of the base, and then taking the fluffy brush you sort of tap and get the color to blend out evenly onto the nail. And I thought that this was a really cool technique, and I wanted to try it with these powder colors. So shout out to her for inspiring this manicure. And now I'm going to be applying the base bond to the entire nail, and taking my fluffy brush, I'm going to be dipping into the red shade and sort of just tapping off the powder onto the nail, and this will help get a smooth transition. Now on the first coat, it isn't going to be completely opaque because we aren't dipping it into the jar. However, 2 coats will get a nice full opacity. And now I'm doing the same thing with the clear to the exposed base coat, just to make sure that there is still a little bit of thickness where I don't apply the color. And I did every other nail for this manicure, so I did my pointer and ring nail red, and then my middle and pinky nail green. So I'm repeating the exact same process on this nail, and I still am getting used to this technique, and I'm definitely not perfect at it, but I think that it creates a really gorgeous manicure, and it's a little bit easier than the previous gradient technique I showed, which I will link in the cards, but both work great and they both take a little bit of practice, so you just got to keep working with it, and eventually you will get the look you are going for. So now I'm repeating the process with the green, and as you can see, this one is definitely a little bit more flaky heavy, and the technique still worked, it just is a little bit more hard because the flakes sort of get everywhere, but I'm not going to complain because they are absolutely stunning. So I'm just finishing up the first coat on all of my nails, And I want to try this technique again with cream dip powders because I think it will be a little bit easier than trying to do it with a flake powder. But I assume both work pretty much the same, so I just wanted to share that with you guys. And now I'm going to go in with the second coat, and I sped this up because I didn't want you guys to have to sit through the whole thing. And one thing that I noticed is on this nail, I went a little bit too high with the color, so a lot of the natural nail color wasn't showing through, and I actually ended up going and taking that one off and redoing it just to make it more consistent with the others. But you gotta be a little bit careful about where you apply the color, because when you're tapping, it can sort of get everywhere, so just be a little bit careful and go slow. So I'm going on to the green nails now and repeating the exact same process as before, and I will let you guys enjoy this little clip of me applying the dip powder. Alright, and after the second coat of the gradient, I'm going to take a fluffy brush and dust off any excess powder. And now I'm going to be doing one final layer over the entire nail of clear, and this will help seal in our design and make sure that we don't file away any of those beautiful flakes. So I'm applying a thin, even layer of base to the entire nail, and then sprinkling over my clear powder just so I don't contaminate it with any of the flakes or color. And I repeated this on all of my nails. Then, after encapsulating the nails with clear, I'm going to go in with my Sparkling Co. Solidify liquid, and this is a dip powder activator that will harden up the powder and make it ready for filing. And this is the point where I realized that my pointer nail was a little bit too red and not exactly how I wanted, so I'm going to take my cuticle pusher and pop it off and start over. So as you can see here, the peely base works great, and it's super easy to remove the nails if you mess up, or remove them if you are tired of your manicure. And now I'm going in with my Yaogi buffer, and I'm buffing over the surface of the nails. Now there wasn't a ton of buffing needed to do, majority was actually on the free edge because some of the flakes would stick out, so I just went ahead and made the nails nice and even, and here are them after filing. And I'm going to spray them with alcohol and wipe them off to remove any of the excess dust. And I decided that I wanted to go in with some stamping, so I'm taking this snowflake plate I got off of Yaogi, along with my New Revolution vegan white nail lacquer, my Born Pretty clear stamper, and my Born Pretty clear scraper. And you can definitely leave the manicure as is without the stamping, but I just thought since this was a November bag, I would do some holiday stamping. So I'm just going to apply the polish to my plate, scrape it, pick it up with my stamper, and then apply it to the nail in varying positions. So I'm just repeating that with different snowflake designs to get a varying design on each nail. And as you can see on all of my nails, I sort of did one in the corner, sort of balanced the nail out so where you can still see the stamping, but you can also still see the base underneath. And I repeated the stamping on all of the nails. And now I'm taking a cleanup brush dipped in acetone, and I'm going around the cuticle area to remove any of the white polish that got on the skin, and this will help create a clean, even manicure. And after cleanup, I'm going to go in with my Model 1's gel top coat, and I was actually having quite a few problems with the top coat application, so I would apply the top coat and then it would sort of pull away from the nail, and I'm not quite sure why that was happening, but for this design, I probably would recommend going in with the Sparkling Co. Glossy Coat, which is the actual dip powder top coat. I think it might have something to do with the surface of the dip powder or stamping, but the gel polish didn't really want to adhere. So I actually ended up removing this gel top coat, going in with my Yaogi Builder Gel, and then applying that pretty thickly, curing it, filing it down to a nice thin layer, and then applying a layer of top coat over that. So honestly, I would just recommend going in with the dip powder top coat. And here is my completed manicure using the Sparkling Co. November Sub Bag. I absolutely love how these nails turned out, and they are some of my favorite nails that I've ever done for the holiday season. And I think that the opal flakes just pop really nicely with those colors. So yeah, I absolutely love this bag and I can't wait for you guys to use it as well. So December signups are going on right now for the Sparkle & Co. December sub bag, and I will be sure to leave the link to that below. And also stay tuned for my future videos because I do have some exciting Sparkle & Co. reviews coming out. So if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe down below, and I will see you in the next one.